Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive? We got some awesome resources this time around, all about using LangChain to build a secure FAQ bot.
Yeah, this should be really interesting.
At first glance, I gotta admit, all this talk about LLMs and API calls kind of made my head spin.
Oh, yeah, I hear you. It can definitely seem intimidating. The source material actually compares connecting LLMs to your data without LangChain to wrestling an octopus.
Ah, I like that analogy.
And you know what? That feels pretty accurate.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
But LangChain really comes to the rescue here. It gives you this really streamlined toolkit to build all kinds of AI applications. I mean, FAQ bots, chatbots, you name it.
So imagine you've got this incredibly smart AI brain, right? But it's totally clueless about your specific business or the questions your customers might ask.
Right.
LangChain is like the bridge that connects that AI brain to your data, making it actually useful in the real world.
Yeah, it's like teaching the AI to speak your company's language. That's a great way to put it.
And the cool part is you don't need to be a coding wizard to use it. The source material talks about how LangChain takes care of all that complicated behind-the-scenes stuff so you can focus on the fun part, actually designing your bot and making it smart.
For sure. And one of the first things you'll want to do is set up those API keys.
API keys.
Yeah, think of them like your digital valuables, right? They give your bot access to the LLM, but you need to keep them super secure.
Gotcha, like protecting the crown jewels.
Exactly. And the source recommends storing them in a special file. It's called a .env file, like a secret vault for your keys.
Ah, okay, a digital safe.
hmm And to make extra sure those keys don't accidentally end up on GitHub or somewhere public,
Yeah.
you can use a .ignore file. It's like putting up a big do not disturb sign on your vault.
Smart. So we've got our AI brain connected to our data. API keys are safely tucked away. What's next?
Well, now comes the really exciting part. We got to teach our bot how to answer questions.
Hmm.
And that's where prompting comes in.
Prompts. Is that like giving the AI a set of instructions?
Yeah, you got it. Imagine you're asking your bot, what are your business hours? That's a prompt. You're telling the AI what information you need.
Okay, so if I want my bot to be super helpful with shipping questions, I need to give it prompts that focus on things like delivery times and tracking.
Exactly. And there are different ways to approach this. You can ask a direct question, or you can give the AI a few examples to learn from. That's called few-shot prompting.
So giving the AI a little warm up before the big game.
Exactly. And to make things even easier, LangChain provides these things called prompt templates.
Prompt templates. What are those?
Think of them like pre-made prompt blueprints. Let's say you want your bot to summarize a news article. A prompt template would have slots for things like the article's URL and how long you want the summary to be. You just plug in the details, and boom, you've got a customized prompt.
So much easier than trying to write every prompt from scratch.
Right.
So we've got our prompts figured out. Now we need to, I guess, connect everything together, right?
Yeah, and that's where chains come in. They're like the assembly lines of your AI application.
Assembly lines. So we're building a little AI factory here.
Kind of. So picture this.
Yeah?
You ask a question, that's your input. That input goes into the prompt, which tells the LLM what to do. The LLM processes the information, and voila, you get your output, which is the answer to your question.
So it's a step-by-step process, input, prompt, LLM, output. Like a well-oiled machine.
Precisely. And LangChain makes it super easy to build these chains. The source material even provides a code snippet showing how to build a basic chain using OpenAI. It might look a bit technical at first glance, but it's really pretty straightforward.
Okay, that's good to hear. But before we get too deep into the code, I think we should talk about security for a sec. The source material really emphasizes the importance of handling those API keys carefully, at every step of the process.
Oh, absolutely. Can't stress that enough. You wouldn't leave your house keys lying around.
Oh, right.
And you shouldn't treat your API keys any differently.
Makes sense. And speaking of security, there's another big thing we need to discuss, user privacy.
Right.
The source is really clear about the need to protect sensitive information. We should never send things like names, addresses, any personal details to the LLM.
No, for sure. Anonymizing data is absolutely key. It's all about giving the AI the information it needs to do its job without compromising anyone's privacy.
Yeah.
Finding that balance is really important.
Wow, this is really fascinating stuff. We've gone from understanding what LangChain even is and securing those precious API keys to crafting effective prompts and even building chains.
I know, right?
It's amazing how much we've covered already, but we're just getting started. There's so much more to explore in our quest to build the ultimate FAQ bot. We'll be right back to dive even deeper. Okay, we're back, ready to level up our FAQ bot game. I'm really starting to see how LangChain makes AI building accessible to everyone, not just the big tech companies.
Yeah, for sure. It's really democratizing AI development.
Yeah.
And, source material actually throws in a little challenge for us. There's a bug hidden in the starter code they provide, a sneaky little bug.
Oh,
And they encourage us to try and find it.
a challenge, huh? I love a good puzzle. So, besides this hidden bug, what are some common errors that we should be on the lookout for when we're building our bot?
Well, one of the most common ones you'll run into is an API key error. It's really easy to make a typo when you're entering those long strings of characters.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So double-checking your .env file is always a good first step.
Makes sense. One misplaced character and bam, everything's messed up.
Exactly. And what about those invalid requester messages that the source mentions? Those can be a little intimidating.
Yeah, they sound kind of scary. What causes those?
Usually they pop up when there's something wrong with the prompt, like maybe a missing variable or you've got a formatting problem. So the key is to just carefully examine your prompt and make sure it's structured correctly.
So, attention to detail is key here, especially when you're working with code. But, the source also emphasizes that debugging is a skill that you develop over time.
Oh, absolutely.
The more you build, the better you get at spotting those pesky errors.
It really is. It's like learning a new language. The more you practice, the more fluent you become. But, even seasoned developers run into bugs. It's just part of the process.
That's good to know. It's reassuring to know that even the pros make mistakes.
Happens to all of us.
So, we've talked about security, prompting, chains, debugging. What else should we consider to really make our FAQ bot shine?
Well, the source material dives into this really cool technique called context injection.
Context injection.
Yeah, it's like giving your bot a cheat sheet, some extra information to help it understand and answer questions more accurately.
Oh, okay. So, we're prepping our AI with some insider knowledge. Can you give me an example?
Yeah, so let's say you're building an FAQ bot for an online store.
Okay.
You could inject context about things like their business hours, shipping policies, return procedures, that kind of stuff.
So, if someone asks, can I return a sale item? The bot could instantly access that information and give a clear, accurate answer based on the store's specific policy.
Exactly. Context injection takes your bot from just simple question and answer to a more sophisticated level of understanding. It can even personalize responses based on the user's location or their past purchase history or, their previous interactions.
That's really cool. It's like giving a bot a memory and the ability to actually learn from past conversations.
Hmm.
And speaking of learning, the source material really emphasizes the importance of continuous improvement. It's not enough to just build the bot and then call it a day, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
The world of AI is constantly evolving, and your bot needs to keep up. The source encourages us to constantly experiment with new prompts, update the knowledge base, and refine the bot's responses. It's an ongoing process.
It's like any skill, I guess. You have to practice and keep learning to really stay sharp.
Right.
What are some practical things that listeners can do to keep their bots evolving?
Well, one thing is to regularly review and update your FAQ dataset, just to make sure it reflects the latest information about your business or your product. You can also experiment with different prompting techniques, see what yields the best results. And, there's always room for improvement.
So it's all about being proactive and staying ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
We've covered so much ground today, from those initial steps of, setting up and securing API keys to diving into the nuances of prompts and chains to shooting those, inevitable bugs and even exploring more advanced techniques like context injection.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
It's pretty amazing how much you can actually achieve with LangChain.
It really is. It's really empowering.
I totally agree. But wait, we're not done yet. We've got one final part to this deep dive, and we'll be right back to wrap things up. Stay tuned.
All right, we're back for the final part of our LangChain journey. It feels like we've covered so much ground already.
I know, right? From API keys to prompt engineering, we've really gone deep. But there's one thing from the source material that really stuck with me.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
This idea of seeing your FAQ bot not as a finished product, but as a constantly evolving project.
Right, that's a super important point. The AI landscape is always changing, so your bot needs to be able to adapt and grow to stay relevant.
So it's not enough to just build it and forget it.
No, not at all. It's all about continuous improvement, tweaking, adding new knowledge, really keeping it fresh.
I like that. So it's an ongoing cycle of learning and refining.
Exactly. Gather feedback, see what's working, what's not, and make adjustments as you go.
Almost like training a puppy.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I can see that. You got to be patient, consistent, and always willing to adjust your approach.
And just like a well-trained puppy, a well-designed FAQ bot can be a huge asset to your business. So, for all our listeners out there who are excited to dive in and build their own bots, what's like the most important piece of advice you can give them?
I'd say don't be afraid to experiment. Try different prompting styles, play around with different chain configurations, explore context injection, see what works best for you.
It's all about embracing that learning process, making mistakes along the way.
Definitely. Mistakes are just opportunities to learn. And hey, you don't have to go it alone. There's a huge community out there.
Yeah, the source material mentions some really great online forums and communities.
It's awesome to see people helping each other out and sharing their knowledge. It really shows that AI development is becoming more and more accessible to everyone.
Well, we've reached the end of our LangChain deep dive, exploring the world of building secure and intelligent FAQ bots.
It's been a great journey.
I feel so inspired, ready to start building my own bot now.
Awesome. It's been a pleasure exploring all of this with you. And remember, the possibilities with AI are endless. So go out there, experiment, create, and most importantly, have fun.
And to all our listeners, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Keep learning, keep innovating, and we'll catch you next time.